Earlier this week, I got promoted to Senior Junior Poop Stack Developer at Doodoo Dynamics, and instead of feeling proud for reaching this milestone, I felt scared and overwhelmed. I started replaying meetings in my head, wondering if I talked too much, if I got lucky, or if at some point someone would realize I didn't actually deserve the promotion.
Wait a second. Something's not right here. You were just making it look like you were playing. You're a phony!
And the weird part is, nothing objectively changed. My skills didn't disappear overnight. The only thing that changed was, well, my title. But when I thought about it, I realized it was just a textbook case of imposter syndrome. So yeah, that's what we'll be talking about in today's video. But before we start...
Do it! Just do it!
Imposter syndrome, especially in software engineering, is that gap between what the outside world sees and what you believe about yourself. On paper, you're hired, promoted, trusted with systems, but internally you feel like you're pretending. And this hits developers particularly hard, because our industry constantly rewards visible output while quietly punishing uncertainty. Believe it or not, there are companies that literally still measure productivity by lines of code written. And what makes this worse is the environment we work in today. The tech stack never stops growing, best practices change every year, and LinkedIn constantly feeds you cringe posts of other developers building faster, smarter, and cleaner than you. You're not just comparing yourself to your team anymore, you're comparing yourself to thousands of people online who, let's be serious, are bots farming engagement on social media. Add modern job descriptions that ask for 5 roles in one, and it starts to feel like you're always behind no matter how much progress you make. Real competence in software engineering isn't about memorizing APIs or never getting stuck. It's about being able to reason through problems, break them down, ask good questions, and learn quickly when you hit something new. The more experienced you get, the more aware you become of how much you don't know, which is why imposter syndrome often gets stronger, not weaker, as your career progresses. That doubt is often a side effect of heightened awareness, not incompetence. But how do we fix this? Well, one of the most effective ways to counter imposter syndrome is to ground yourself in evidence instead of feelings. When your brain tells you you're bad at your job, ask it for proof. Promotions don't happen randomly. People don't trust you with production systems by accident. If your manager relies on you, if teammates ask for your input, if your code is running in production, those are signals that matter more than the anxiety in your head. Feelings are loud, but evidence is quieter and far more reliable. Another powerful shift is narrowing who you compare yourself to. Comparing yourself to senior engineers in completely different roles, or to online personalities whose job is literally to showcase polished work, is fundamentally unfair. As a back-end engineer, you shouldn't feel inadequate because they're not a front-end animation expert, just like a front-end specialist shouldn't feel behind for not tuning database indexes. The only valid comparison that actually leads to growth is you versus where you were 6 months or a year ago. It also helps to reinterpret imposter syndrome when it shows up. Instead of treating it as a verdict on your ability, treat it as a signal. That feeling often appears right after a promotion, a new responsibility, or a harder problem space. In other words, it shows up when you're growing. If you felt perfectly comfortable all the time, that would be a stronger sign that you've stopped learning than that you're succeeding. Long term, the healthiest way to escape imposter syndrome isn't to chase confidence or validation, but to build your identity around learning, not status. Titles change, stacks evolve, and today's expert tool becomes tomorrow's legacy system. But if you see yourself as someone who figures things out, who can adapt and improve over time, then not knowing something stops being a threat and starts being part of the job. So when I look back at that promotion now, I still feel the doubt, but I understand it differently. It's not proof that I don't belong, it's proof that I've stepped into a new level where the problems are bigger and the expectations are higher. And if you're feeling the same way right now, that doesn't mean you're failing. It probably means you're exactly where you're supposed to be. So yeah, just keep working and never doubt yourself, fellow codeheads. Oh, and if you are looking for a place to grow your programming skills, then look no further than today's sponsor, Codecrafters. They are the most rated GitHub repo, and that's for a good reason. Their platform gives you access to unique projects that will help you stand out from the competition without the clown shoes and nose. Want to build an HTTP or DNS server from scratch? Check. Hell, you can even craft your own version of Git, all while others are still struggling to center that annoying div in their to-do app. You can start some projects free of charge, and if you use my link in the description, you can get yourself a whopping 40% off, so hurry up. This was Codehead with yet another tech rant. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe. Lights out.